Your boy Streets. Let's get right into it. Riverdale Season 5, Episode 10, Chapter 67, Varsity Blues. And there's a lot of varsity, and there's a lot of blues. Let's get to the varsity part. Now, Riverdale is going up against Stonewall Prep in their state championship game, and they barely have a chance of fucking winning. I mean, they barely, I don't even think they even won tonight. I don't believe it. But a lot of stuff is going on, a lot of stuff is going on with that team. Monroe taking some pills to get in Notre Dame with the help of Frank, which is Archie's uncle, which has served as a new father figure to Archie since Fred's death. Who married, is very reluctant and not very trustworthy of him just yet. I mean, she even grounds her own son outside of going to the damn football game because he's interacting with Frank, and in which Frank explained to Fred, like, look, man, back in the day, your father, he took a DUI charge from me because the right I got out of the army, I started suffering from PTSD, and that's how that whole thing came up. But Archie is still with the shit because something happens to I think something happens to Monroe. He gets accosted by some masked men from Stonewall Prep, courtesy of Brett and his homeboys, funky ass homeboys. I'll get into Brett and Jughead in a little bit. So Archie and his Bulldogs, they go out to handle business. A fight ensues. Archie confronted Brett and some other people. Like I said, a fight ensues. Some people start throwing hands. Veronica hears about it. And she does what she can. Speaking of Veronica, she got into a little bit of a quarrel with her father once again. He filled out a cease and desist against his own daughter because she created a very similar rum recipe. But when Cheryl gave her, I think some maple cones, ice cream cone or whatever for the football game, I believe. That's when Veronica gets the idea to merge businesses with Cheryl. That way they can make their own profit. Speaking of Cheryl, she does not like the new cheerleading coach. They rub heads instantly. She even locked her own coach in the damn closet in her own damn office during the football game while they performed the cherry bomb. You know what I'm saying? Cherry blossom, I believe is what it's called, or cherry bomb, one of the two. And that was really crazy. Then also Jughead with Stone Prep. He got into Yale courtesy of DuPont, but he was pissed off because his girl Betty didn't get in there, and I would be pissed off of that too. But then Betty tells him like, look, take the opportunity. A flash forward a month later, Brett comes up to Betty and says, well, you got your wish. Jughead's not going to Yale. What the hell's up with that? And what's up with Brett even more? Jughead gets yanked on by Brett. I mean that metaphorically speaking. He gets cracked on by Brett about having an old ass computer. They get him a new computer, Brett and his flunkies, and that's a part of this whole ritual. Pretty much trying to butter Jughead up because Betty was writing a paper about the football game and stuff like that, and even I think on Stonewall Prep as well because she interviewed Archie, Reggie, and Monroe, the center three, the arm is what I call them, about Stonewall Prep, and they said, "Look, man, they cheat. They hurt players on purpose." And it turns out, I believe DuPont, if I'm not mistaken, or Honey, one of the two, they pay the players to hurt the other players, and that's how they get paid. Stonewall Prep, I believe, is created, in my opinion, using that information, and Honey decides to not publish the article just because of that. But a lot of stuff goes down, man. I mean, it's really crazy when you think about it, man. Like this whole fast forward stuff is really getting me trippy. Like, what the hell's gonna happen next? And then not only that, but then Archie confronts Frank about giving Monroe the pills, you know. But then something else happened too. Hold on a second. Like I said, turns out Jughead and Brett, they both end up going to Yale. They both get accepted and they're going to Yale. And like I said, Brett's been trying to butter up Jughead and get him into the whole ritual. They get into Stonewall and Quill. Speaking of which, Betty to get some information about Brett and Stonewall and Quill because she was suggested that she does interview Brett for more information. She enlists that Veronica want to go undercover, and just as initially Brett started insulting her, but when he got drunk, just as he's getting ready to drop some information, that's when Jughead notices and recognizes Veronica, and that's when Betty realizes that, oh shit, Jughead's in Stone and Quill. And in one of those, speaking of Stone and Quill, during their little get together, they're all told to tell their darkest secrets. Jughead revealing that he saw a homeless man get beat to death. Brett speaking about how he lost his virginity with a sex worker. And Donna, she revealed that she was sexually assaulted at a young age. And that was just horrific, man. It was wild. But I look forward to seeing what happens next week on Riverdale. Shafferspeeks, I love you guys.